السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, we continue these blessed majalis and circles inshallah as we used to do it before Ramadan with Al-Adab Al-Mufrad, Imam Al-Bukhari rahimahullah ta'ala. We learn the etiquettes of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam in this book. It's a very important book that every Muslim needs nowadays. We have a problem in the etiquettes and in the manners and the way we apply the teachings of Sharia. So that's why we stick to this book and we ask Allah to give us the power and the time and life to complete it. Allahumma ameen. We have finished around 390 hadith in this book. Some of the repeated hadith we don't repeat it in the majlis. But we just mention the main hadith in the one chapter so that we don't repeat a lot of hadith, because sometimes Imam Al-Bukhari he repeats some hadith to have extra rules and lessons from the one hadith. We alternate between majalis Al-Adab Al-Mufrad and majalis Al-Rasail Al-Qur'aniyya, the messages or the Quranic messages that we also inshallah will try to cover also in the hadith or the majalis after Fajr inshallah. Today's hadith, الإمام البخاري عقد باب عن الهجر. الهجر أن يهجر الرجل أخاه أو تهجر المرأة أختها. وهذا أمر خلق غير إسلامي. So the abandonment, when people they don't talk to one another, they reject to give salam to one another and so on. So they have complete boycott, or they don't allow themselves to talk to other people of their brothers from Muslims, the brothers and the sisters. And this is something which is not an Islamic moral. And we could be in one masjid, like in Masjid Abu Bakr, or some masajid, in one place, and we stand in one saf, and some of us don't talk to one another. Some people, they don't talk to other people and they stand in the same saf and they have the same love for Islam, or they love the religion and they love the teachings of the religion and they love to spread the religion and they love to serve the masjid and the house of Allah Azza wa Jal. But the problem that some, they don't talk to one another. This abandonment is not found in Islam unless in some certain cases. Some cases, this could be allowed, that people, they don't talk to others because they have, it's called sabab shar'i, legal reason from the Islamic point of view. That person is committing something as a crime in the community. We advise him not to do that, and he becomes more severe and they become more aggressive and they do extra bad things, extra evil things, and they do more evil things. So in this case, it could be allowed for us to abandon them, to not to talk to them, especially if like there's imams or leaders in the community. When they don't talk to those people, is gonna have an effect or influence in the community. مجرد إنه لا يتكلم مع الشخص الفلاني، هذا يكون له تأثير في المجتمع. يقولون مثلا الشيخ مثلا أو الإمام أو الرجل الفاضل أو هذا الرجل المعروف مكانة في المجتمع لا يتكلم مع الشخص الآخر بسبب 1 2 3 أسباب شرعية. إنه يتعدى حدود الله عز وجل، يتجاوز الحدود مع الله، مع الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم، مع الكتاب، مع السنة، كل هذه الأمور. So for the imams, they could have something like this, or the prominent people in the community. I know that this figure is very prominent in the community and he's not talking to that person because a legitimate reason or a legal reason, because that person is transgressive and he is, making so much evil in the community with the book of Allah, with Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with Muslims themselves, and he's a troublemaker and he doesn't want to stop. So that's why مثلا الشيخ Amjad Allah يحفظه ويبارك فيه يقول مثلا لن أتكلم مع الشخص الفلاني هذا، لأن هذا الشخص كلما يأتي إلى المسجد يسب ويلعن ويفعل أفاعيل هكذا، يعني ويسيء إلى الإسلام ويسيء للمسلمين ويسيء للإخوة والأخوات، وهو يعني في غاية السوء. فالشيخ أمجد يقول أنا لن أتكلم مع هذا الشخص. فيقع هذا في موقعه في المجتمع، الناس يقول خلاص الشيخ أمجد لن يتكلم مع هذا الشخص، فالناس تبتعد عنه والناس لا تكلمه ويقاطعونه، يحصل مقاطعة بينه، فيحصل هو نوع من الإثم في نفسه، ويعاتب نفسه أنا ما كان ينبغي أن أفعل هذا الأمر، فيؤدب فيرجع مرة ثانية تائبا يرجو أن يسامحه الناس وهكذا. فيكون هذا من باب التأديب له. So when يعني like one person like Sheikh Amjad, may Allah give him shifa, Allahumma amin, and all of our shuyukh and imams, يعني says that I'm not going to talk to that person because he's making such and such in the community, in the Muslim community with the brothers and the sisters, and he's so يعني troublemaker and he's doing a lot of evil in the community. When he makes this, so people they know that Sheikh is doing something like this for a legal reason. So the people, they stay away from him. And then after that, he blames himself. I shouldn't do something like that. And then he starts to fix himself and to fix the problems that he used to have before. So this is the reason, it could be the only reason that people can abandon someone else. And for the other reasons, we shouldn't have something like this. It is not allowed. في حديث أبي أيوب الأنصاري رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا يحل لأحد أن يهجر أخاه، قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يحل لأحد أن يهجر أخاه فوق 3 ليال. It is not allowed for the brother with another brother or the sister with another sister, Muslims with one another, it is not allowed for them to يعني not to talk to one another and to boycott one another over than 3 nights. يلتقيان فيعرض هذا ويعرض هذا. So they meet when they come together in the masjid. So he looks at the other side and the other person looks at the different sides. So they meet, they can say Salamu Alaikum, they can shake their hands, they can welcome one another, they say Sabah al-Khair, Masa al-Khair. They can welcome one another with different statements, but they don't do that. They come to the masjid, they go shopping, they go anywhere, and they act as if they don't know one another, just because of يعني easy matters, just because of could be matters of dunya, you know, or they disputed one day, or they argued, they had conversation, and they disagreed with one another. And the disagreement is okay to disagree. You know, sometimes we disagree with our kids, and the kids they disagree with us, and the wife disagrees with you. So it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna talk to them and life is not gonna work. No, I can disagree, but with respect. With respect. I can express myself also with respect. And the most important thing is to keep the brotherhood. The brotherhood is one of the pillars in this community. You know, without the brotherhood, we cannot build a strong community. If we have a community here that does not have a brotherhood with different communities, different races, different backgrounds of Muslims as well, so we're gonna fight with one another. We're not gonna like what Pakistani community makes, or what Somali community makes, or what Sudani community makes, what the Egyptian community makes. This is racism. This is in Islam is not accepted at all. The brotherhood. النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام أخى بين المهاجرين أنفسهم قبل الهجرة. He made brotherhood between the believers before the migration. And then أخى النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام بين المهاجرين والأنصار بعد الهجرة. So, and after migration, أخى النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام, he made the brotherhood between the immigrants and the helpers, the people and the residents of Medina. And some of them, like they were rich and the other poor, the other some of them black and the others are white. So all of them are equal, and all of them are brothers and sisters in Islam. And he did that, so the Muslim community was very, very strong. Was very strong. They were ready to sacrifice with everything. They used to inherit one another. يعني, you're my brother, and I don't have any relationship between me and you. You're just my brother in Islam. If you're my brother in Islam and this brotherhood, give us the right that you can inherit me if I die before you, and I can inherit you if you die before me. Same thing. So the inheritance was found before. يعني, Allah reveals the verses of Surah An-Nisa. Inheritance exists there between Muslims because of the brotherhood Prophet ﷺ did, not because only their relationship or their relativeness. So Prophet ﷺ said it is not allowed to the Muslim brother or the sister to boycott others for over 3 nights. And they meet with one another and say, no, we're not going to talk to one another, and they just turn their faces away. And then Prophet ﷺ said something very important, that the one who's going to start, he is the winner and he is the best. قال وخيرهما الذي يبدأ بالسلام. So the best of them is the one who starts giving salam, because it's very hard and you have a big struggle with your heart. And your nafs al-ammara, the evil soul that comes to you. Don't talk to him. Don't start talking to him. Did you forget what he did for you of the bad things? And only it urges you to think about the bad things. But if you ask, did that person do any good thing in his life with me? The answer is going to be 100% yes. He did something and she did something good for me. Even if salam, even if a smile, even if a gift, even if a service that he did, a help that he supported, that he gave to me one day. A lot of things that they do it. So we forget about all of these things and we follow our ego and we follow the evil soul, the evil nafs, and say, khalas, I'm not gonna do. That's what Prophet said, the best is the one who starts giving salam, because that person, he breaks his nafs. His nafs is taking him to the evil side and he says, no, I'm not gonna follow you. I'm gonna stop you here. I'm gonna take you to the right thing, because I don't care about this dunya. I'm gonna live for 60, 70 years. I don't care. What will people say? What will my ego say about me? What my nafs say about me? What my wife say about me? I just take care of my deeds, my actions. I don't want to meet with Allah Azza wa Jalla and have something between me and my brother. Because I may do a lot of good deeds, and that thing could be a good problem, a big problem in the day of judgment. I could be zalim, who knows? I could be the oppressor, because I just listen to people or something. I don't know. So I need to do something that I guarantee, inshallah, the acceptance of my deeds. So I start breaking my ego and breaking the evil soul of my side and my soul, and then I start talking to my brothers and the sisters, and I give tolerance and the forgiveness, as Prophet ﷺ used to do. وَخَيْرُهُمَا الَّذِي يَبْدَأُ بِالسَّلَامِ. So when we start giving salam, salamu alaykum, and people, they reply the salam, and we smile to one another, and we shake the hands of one another, and we hug one another. We have the strong brotherhood. When we make the dua, inshallah, is going to be accepted. How do you expect that I don't talk to you, don't talk to me, and then we make dua, we want the ummah to be strong? How do you expect that the ummah is going to be strong? Gaza is going to be strong, Gaza is going to be free, Palestine is going to be free, Quds is going to be free? How do you expect that it's going to be free and we're not strong brothers? How can we struggle together against the ways of shaitan, against the ways of evil? The plots surround the ummah everywhere, and the enemies of Islam, they want to kill this ummah, and the ummah is not going to be killed, inshallah, with the faith that we have and the brotherhood, inshallah, that we have it. So the brotherhood is something very valuable. We need to keep it, think about it. It's one of the tools of Jannah. One of the tools of Jannah, one of the tools that Allah gives me, the shade in the day of judgment, in which there's no shade except for His shade, the shade of His throne, subhanahu wa ta'ala, just because of the brotherhood. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يحسن أخلاقنا كما حسن خلقتنا، وأن يتوب علينا توبة ترضيه عنا سبحانه وتعالى، وأن يفرج عن إخواننا في غزة وفي فلسطين كلها، وإخواننا في السودان أن يحقن دماءهم ودماء المسلمين في كل مكان، في اليمن وفي لبنان وفي سوريا وفي شتى بقاع الأرض. اللهم أمين. صلى وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.